Hi, this is attorney Tara Hutchinson from Pittsburgh Family Law Services. So you've probably noticed that my background is obviously different. I'm not in my office today, and that's because it is a very cold, rainy Saturday morning. So I'm actually recording this from home. That might that may mean that at some point there will be a cat who jumps on my lap in the middle of recording this. And if that happens, that's perfect because it ties right in with what I wanted to discuss today, and that is pets in a divorce. So, a lot of times, people are very confused about what happens to their pets in a divorce, and not so much what happens to them or who gets to keep the dog or the cat, but what are your obligations once both you and your ex are no longer living in the same house, and you've taken the pets and your ex did not. Do you have to inform your ex if your pet is getting medical treatment? um, do you have to come up with a type of custody arrangement? Do you have to let your ex come over and see the dog? These are the most common issues that I hear from people who are recently separated or recently divorced. The law in Pennsylvania is pets are considered your property. Period. End of story. They are property. They are not your children. As much as we say, I'm a cat mom, I'm a dog mom, they're my fur babies. As much as we say that colloquially, it just doesn't work that way in Pennsylvania. They are not treated as though they are your children. If you came up with a type of custody agreement that you put into your settlement agreement, um, maybe it would be enforced. There are some judges who I could picture, just thinking of the judges I personally have appeared in front of. There are some who I could picture enforcing terms like that, but it would be based off of contract law, not off of the Pennsylvania custody code, which has specific standards and specific factors that get considered, and specific expectations. It would not be based on custody. So in practice, what does that actually mean? Well, what that means is, if your ex contacts you and says I want to come over and see the dog, or we should be splitting custody time of the dog, you are not obligated to say yes to that. You certainly can. There's no reason. It's not that you aren't allowed to, but you are not required to do so. And more importantly, would not be a judge would not force you to do so. Like, your ex would not be allowed to file a custody complaint over your dog. It just doesn't. Again, it just does not work that way. Same thing if your cat is sick and you need to take it to the vet. You are not obligated to inform your ex. If we were talking about human children, that is a completely different situation. You would generally be required to notify the other parent. But when it comes to pets, because they are considered property, that is not the rule. Um, like I said, obviously, if you and your ex have a very amicable, a very cordial relationship, and it truly is welcome on both ends, I would not tell you don't do that. I would never tell you, oh no, don't inform them, don't let them ever come over again. Again, so long as it's agreed upon and truly welcome on both sides, which it may be. But you are not obligated to say yes to these requests. um, so that was just a very, very quick answer to what I see as being the most common issue when it comes to pets in a divorce. Um, Obviously, there are other questions that could come up, like, well, if I'm the one who's not keeping the pets, should I be compensated in some way for them? What if there's pet insurance? And all of these are very fact specific questions. So if you do have a situation like that, I recommend that you talk to a local family law attorney. Again, like I said before, although I am a lawyer, I am not your lawyer, and I don't know your personal specific situation. So if you have a question about pets in a divorce or about your specific family law matter, I definitely recommend that you contact a local attorney who focuses their practice in family law. So I hope that that was helpful. I hope that that gives a very quick answer about what you're required to do if you have kept the pets in a divorce, and your ex reaches out to you and asks to be able to see them or be involved with them. I do hope that that answers what I see as the most common question that comes up. So again, I hope that was helpful. I wish everybody all the best on this. Let's see, it's February 8th, 2025 today. It's a very gray, gloomy, rainy Saturday. But I hope everybody has a nice weekend all the same. So all the best. Take care. Bye for now.